域展開無料空所
What's up, YouTubers? It's your boy Spectro here, and today I want to talk to you guys about just gaming in general. I'm noticing lately that a lot of gamers in total are having a burnout, as you could per se. A lot of people are growing tired of modern games. People are finding themselves stuck in this funk of not wanting to play a game. I know what it's like, people. I know what it's like. Trust me, I've been down that road of when you just pick up a game and you just don't want to play it and you feel like you don't want to play anything else. But for me, it might not be the same situation for you. And this video, as you saw the title, is expanding your gaming horizon. And then what I'm talking about in this video is that I want you guys to really think about what really made you start playing games in the first place. All right, obviously most of us grew up in different eras of gaming. Some of us started from the 90s, some of us started from the 80s, some of us, well, most of us probably started from the early 2000s for the most cases. All right, and then you got other people who start from different cases, maybe mobile games or maybe just something else, you know, extra on the outside that's also gaming related. But what I really want to say right now is that if you really want to get out of that gaming funk that you're in right now, it's not hard. It's really not hard. Honestly, the simple thing, the first thing you want to do is stop playing the games that you're currently playing. Those games are obviously the games that are dragging you down right now. It's what's giving you that mood you're feeling right now. It's the mood that's got you so sour that you don't want to play anything else. And let me tell you a little story about Little Spectro, where I did not start during the multiplayer era. I started with a Nintendo 64. This was back in 2005, and that was during my time in elementary school. I was young, really young, probably at the earliest is first grade, and my first console was a Nintendo 64. My dad got it for me when I had got good grades or something. I can't remember the exact reason why he got it for me. He just got it for me, I guess, to have something to do. I guess you could chop it up to that, you know, something to keep me distracted and whatnot, you know, keep the brain thinking about new things, you know, learning, exploring. And my first game, I remember it well, was Bomberman, and that right there was an experience. I can never forget that game. It was a really fun game, played it a lot, and I played that game and another Star Wars game, and also there was another racing game I played on it, but I can't remember the name of it though. It's crazy how long ago it's been, man, since I had that 64. I actually still have my Nintendo 64. It's probably collecting dust at this point though. But for the most part, basically, I went from that and I got a GameCube, and I can't remember the year I got it, and I got a purple GameCube. And then I ended up playing a lot of Mario Double Dash, one of my favorite Mario games of all time. Probably one of the last Mario games I played for like years on end, but that's the story for another time. After that, I got a Wii. And as you know, the Wii era was goated. I don't care what nobody's talking about. The Wii era was goated, bro. Wii Sports, man, look, this is going against my brothers, sisters, parents, a lot of people I went against with Wii Sports in the whole. All right, it was good times, good times. And then after that, I got a PS3, and that was my first PlayStation. All right, I didn't own a PlayStation, nor did I own a PlayStation 2. It's not like I wasn't, you know, around during the time of the PlayStation 2. I just didn't end up having when I had, you know, Wii over a PlayStation 2. It was just one of those things, all right? I didn't really choose the gifts I got for Christmas or anything like that. I got it. I was happy. You know, went with that. And then the PlayStation 3 was really my era when I got into online games. It was the first time I really got a taste of online games. Before that, I played straight single player games. All right. So what I'm basically getting to by telling you that little story was that I started off with single player games. Multiplayer games were not the games I basically were starting. That's not what got me to gaming. It's not what inspired me to want to explore into more games. It's not what really drove me to becoming a true gamer. It's not what really wanted to expand my catalog or want to see what other games are out there and how far I can get in those games, how much better I can be in those games, and looking forward to more games in the future. And then the year 2014 came around. All right, that's how I went through the whole PS3 era, PlayStation Home, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you know, Mod Nation Racers. You know, I had a blast playing all those games. GTA 5, GTA 4. You know, good times, man. Good times, man. It really was. And then I get to 2014, and then that's when I messed up. All right, 2K came. Well, 2K caught my attention at this point. I had played 2K before. The first 2K I ever played was 2K11. And then I think I ain't played 12. No, I did play 12. I didn't own it. It was a friend. I played it at a friend's house. And then the first 2K I ever really actually got into heavy was 2K14. Now, before I go any deeper into this, I know the story may seem like it's kind of unnecessary, but trust me, guys, you're gonna understand where I'm leading to with this before the end of the story. All right, you're gonna get where I'm going with this soon. And basically, I was playing 2K14. All right, now let me give you a rundown, quick little rundown. Before 2K14, the only basketball games I ever played before then were the NBA Streets and the NFL Streets. All right, now I don't know if you guys know about Streets, but Streets was a goated basketball game, football games, man. The craziest shit you can do in them games it was actually crazy what you can do in those games. It was good times, man. It was such a fun game. To this day, those games are the most funnest basketball, football games I've ever played. All right, I cannot make this up. EA was in their bag when they was making those games. Man, how low EA is falling, but that's not subject for another video at some point. But like I was saying, 2K and it's Streets. And then also I play Ballers. I don't know if you guys ever played Ballers. I don't think Ballers is that popular of a basketball game. If you play Ballers, you're the GOAT, man. You're the GOAT if you play Ballers. All right, Ballers is that game. All right, I'm trying to tell you, bro. That shit was absolute heat, bro. The soundtrack, everything was fire, bro. And I wish they would have kept making that series, kept it going. I also played Blitz. I don't know if you guys ever played Blitz before. It's also another football game. That game is really fucking brutal, though. Really brutal. Real brutal. And for the most part, I had a lot of fun playing those games. Running against my friends a lot in those games. You know, we linked up, play a lot of basketball, stuff like that. And then, you know, like I said, for us running it back in 2014, 2K14 drops. I get it. My friends get it. No, my friends get it, and they convinced me to get it. And they're like, okay, they got this new thing called a part. They got my player. We can all play together, play the basketball. I like basketball. I watch a lot of basketball. You know, I'm like, yo, we can go link up, make our own players. We can, you know, go hoop, you know, hit them threes, get them dunks in. You know, we getting hoops, we dunking. We like, oh shit, this shit is fun. Like, this shit is lit, bro. We really we balling on the court together as a team. Like, we can get this done. Like, my player, getting your badges, getting all this and that going. It's like, damn, this game really like that. And then 2K15 come around. You know, and then it gets even more, you know, stylish little moves and stuff like that. Get more dunks and stuff like that. Then you got the Hawaiian shirt era kicking, the little cowboy hats going on. If you know, you know if you're doing that 2K15 era. And then I noticed something at the time, but I didn't really put too much thought into it, was that I was already starting to feel that burnout coming in. It wasn't severe to the point where I just didn't want to play nothing no more, but it was there. It was coming along. I was feeling it. Because while I was having fun, it was the only thing I was playing. I was playing 2K and I was playing Call of Duty. Was it Call of Duty? It was Call of Duty. All the way up to 2016. I stopped playing Call of Duty in 2016 because of the Overwatch game. And I played Overwatch for the first time. And I had a blast playing Overwatch. A great game, a 6v6 shooter. And I was like, bro, these heroes are dope. These abilities are dope. The way I can just fight and the way I can just work a part of a team, these team combos are great. And this is before Overwatch became, well, the fuck Overwatch is today. And 2K and this, I'm having a blast playing both of them. But 2K is still overwhelming me. I'm still playing a lot of more 2K than I am, you know, Overwatch at the time. So I play more and more 2K. 2K16, 2K17, 2K18, 2K19. Every time they drop a 2K, I will buy it. Make a new player and then start all over again. By 2K20, the burnout was real. Alright. It was severe. It was real severe at that point. Like, it was to the point I genuinely considered putting down the controller for good, selling consoles. It was at that point. Like, the burnout was crazy, bro. And then I realized, you know, I was telling my friends like how I was feeling about the shit, and they were telling me, you know, I had a good friend, you know, Boy Show Saga, and he's like, yeah, man, like, you just gotta quit playing these games, bro. They're the same games coming out every year, man. Predatory system using microtransactions to basically just like rob you every single year. Nothing changed. It's the same game, you know. And that's why I really opened my mind, you know, and broadened my horizons. And I'm like, damn, he right, because this shit really is predatory, bro. Like, what the fuck? This shit is gotta be illegal in some way or fashion, but probably not, you know how the system is and everything. And you know, my boy put me on, and he's like, bro, play this Persona. You know, and I'm like, Persona? And now I know about Persona. I heard of it. In fact, I had it in my library because it's like one of the free games that you can get when they had like the little PlayStation, and the games where like a bunch of PlayStation games were free. I can't remember. They were like Persona 5, Final Fantasy 15, and then I think Uncharted was also part of it, I think. And basically, I had it in my library for the longest, so I just never played it. I'm like, bro, at this time, I genuinely just didn't like turn-based games. And on some real shit, it's not even because I played a lot of turn-based games before or anything like that. I never had played a turn-based game before Persona 5. It was just that when I looked at the gameplay, I was like, bro, I don't really care for doing the whole taking turn shit. Like, I like being in control of my character. I like being able to fight with my character, you know, straight up. Like some old Sleeping Dogs and Batman Arkham type shit. Like, I like to be in control of my character, full control. I don't like to be doing this little turns and taking times and turns and doing this and doing that. And like, yeah, I just wasn't fond of it. I just didn't like the way it looked. But then I played it, you know what? Because I was like, enough was enough. All right, that 2K20, I didn't even play all 2K20, guys. I made a character for like the first 2 weeks and I quit. I genuinely quit. I deleted the game and everything. I didn't even care about the VC. Fuck it. I genuinely quit. It was just that bad at that point. I couldn't do it no more. I was tired. I was tired of every game. Every game I tried to go to after that, I went back to Overwatch. I was tired. I went back to Call of Duty, tried it out. I was tired. I didn't want to play anything. Everything I played felt like nothing. So then I stopped being stubborn. I said, I got nothing to lose. Why not? Maybe this game can really bring me back before I really start. Seriously, I was at that time seriously in the mode of like, I really just don't even want the console no more, because that's just what I was feeling like. Or either I was just gonna put it on the shelf somewhere, because I was really feeling like there's no point to this anymore. And then I played Persona 5, and I'm like, yo, I came up with his name was Joker, right? And I'm playing, I'm like, damn, this story good. And I'm like, okay, this shit kind of heat, right? I'm kind of interested, you know, cool cutscenes, cool, good music, you know, good fights going on, and I'll get to it. You know, it took me a while to get adjusted to it and everything. And I'm like, yo, I really fuck with this. I enjoy this. I actually like playing this, bro. This is fun. And I put a lot of hours into it, and I put many hours into it, and I had like so much fun playing Persona 5, and it really ignited me for playing games. I remember my joy in playing games. I really felt alive again, just like playing, just that joy of playing them again, because I was like, man, I wonder what it was, because I started thinking to myself after that. I was like, yo, every other game I played at the time, I just wasn't feeling it. And I realized what it was. Every game I went back to was a multiplayer game or some kind of live service game. And I was like, bro, that's the problem. I'm playing far too many multiplayer games, online games that really basically are heavy online or microtransactions and things like that. It was like, bro, like, I had to stop playing them. That's when I realized, like, I didn't really play a good single player game in years at that point. Years. When I say years, I mean years. Like, this is 2020, so the last like single player game I might have played in full was Batman Arkham Knight, and that was back in 2015. So that should tell you everything you need to know. I was deep in that 2K Call of Duty trench, bro. I'm trying to tell you, when you get stuck in that pit of that continuous cycle, that shit is no simple thing to break. It's really not. Once you start feeling that severe burnout, you feel like there's really no other way to get out. But trust me, friends, I've been there, and I'm telling you this story because if you just expand your horizons, play some God of War, play some Persona, go back, you know, even play some Sleeping Dogs, bro, play some Killzone, you know, play some Final Fantasy, get you some of that more Persona back in the day, you know. I still got some old Personas I haven't played, I want to go back and play. Alright, and once I played Persona 5, it really got me back into the gaming sphere. I started playing a lot of more different variety of games. Midnight Suns came out, you know what, I was more open to playing it because I was already used to playing the turn-based system. You know, I get to Final Fantasy 7. I finally played it. I bought that game and never played it, which was weird. I pre-ordered the game and everything, and I just didn't play it for like a year or two later. I think it was like 2 years later when I finally played the first remake for Final Fantasy 7. And then I get around to it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is a great game. I'm having good fun, a lot of fun playing it. And that's why I really start tapping back into what really allowed me to enjoy playing games. And that's what it really means to expand your horizon, guys. To me, trying things that you're really not used to playing. Like, just because you don't like the way it looks doesn't mean you won't enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, if you play the game, you might just have an entirely different opinion of the game than you realize in just looking at it through a trailer. Now, I get understanding that you want to watch games with gameplay trailer. You should do that. You should always do that before deciding to buy a game. Games is $70. You shouldn't be wasting your money on games that you know that's gonna be ass. Like, let's be honest here. But like a game like Midnight Suns, I see many people was turned off by the fact usually cars and stuff like that. But it's a really great game. It's a really great story, and it's a lot of different abilities. You just, if you ain't really fond of turn-based or you have never played turn-based, at least give it a try. It ain't gotta be just turn-based games. You can always go back to racing games as well. I also went back recently and played a couple of Need for Speed games, and I had quite some fun playing those. Now, I never recorded those and put them on my channel or nothing like that, but I did play a lot of different racing games my own time, and realized there's a lot of new racing games to play. I haven't played, like, the only racing game I used to play back in the day was like Need for Speed, so I never played Forza or The Crew and stuff like that. And those are some really fun games, and they got a lot of nice, cool cars in those games, but it's not here to talk too deep about that. I'm just really here to just try to encourage more people to get out of that 2K Call of Duty comfort zone. Now, I'm not saying that you're wrong for playing those games. If you're having fun, continue having fun. That's what really gaming is all about. As long as you're having fun, all right? That's what really matters. You know, I know some people really come up and be like, you're not a gamer because all you do is play 2K and Call of Duty. I ain't gonna say that. You're a gamer, all right? That's just what I see it as, because at the end of the day, you're enjoying yourself. You're on the sticks, you know, you putting in that work in. You know, as long as you're having fun, that's what really matters. End of the day, people are just tired of the multiplayer and microtransaction predatory system that's going on right now. That's really what that comes down to, and I don't blame them, all right? It really is a predatory system, and 2K has been abusing and using its fan base for fucking years now. It's about high time people wake up and realize that that shit has to be stopped at some point. But they have no competition at the moment, so can't really blame them. And they got the solid fan base. Dang. Call of Duty the same way. You got a solid fan base that people are just gonna eat up any Call of Duty, any 2K that comes out every year. Maybe one day you'll wake up in the genjutsu that's constantly having you there, or a good friend who will push you out of it, or maybe I can help you get out of that genjutsu, because it's not something you want to be stuck in. I'm trying to tell you, games like those are good for the first a year or so, but after a while you realize that it's been draining you dry. I'm trying to tell you, it kills your joy for gaming, because you get stuck playing in this cycle. You don't want to play nothing else. All these new games that come out every year that you just do not touch because you're stuck in a constant cycle. And you shouldn't stop when you expand your horizon just once. You should also continue to expand your horizons. As of right now, I'm planning to play a Trails game soon. My very first Trails game. I plan to play it sometime next week and get a feel and see how that series goes. I never played a Trails game before, but I'm pretty optimistic about it. My friend told me that it's a really good game, so I trust him, and I believe it will turn out to be something pretty good. I heard that's a lot of them, though. I ain't say I heard, but I seen there was a lot of them in the PlayStation stores. I just chose, I can't even remember which Trail game I chose. I think I chose whatever one was on sale at the time. And that was just like, I think I got it yesterday, or day before. So I'm looking forward to that and see what that game turns out to be. But when it comes down to just, you know, the cycle that if you feel like you're burnt out, or you feel like you just ain't got the in you to play games no more, and I understand, guys. You know, people, you got to work, you get off work, you may not want to play a single player game. You may be looking for something that you're just trying to, you know, grind in. You're just trying to go, you know, get that work in, you know, trying to get that thrill off, you know. And I understand that 2K and Call of Duty can easily provide that for you, because, you know, it's multiplayer online. You go against other people, you get them dubs, you know, talk that shit, get your work in. I don't blame you, because I like, you know, those games every now and again too, just to, you know, get that thrill of going against other people, get that competition in your blood, because competition is always good, all right? It's never bad to have competition or want to get better, but every now and then you need to go and stop playing those games, and you need to go start expanding your horizon so you don't feel the burnout that comes from playing those games for too long and too much. Alright. Honestly, I would suggest playing less of those games unless you're really just looking for a competitive online game. There's nothing inherently wrong with playing them. I just wanted to help people understand why they are feeling this burnout. And you may say that you could contribute to the fact of modern games are just not as good as the old games used to be, and that is true. I will not deny that. Modern games are indeed half-baked, and they come out with a lot of bugs, glitches. Now, that's not to say that old games didn't have these issues as well, but it's definitely a more reoccurring thing with modern games. But that doesn't mean that modern games do not have good games, all right? People and gamers are getting the wrong idea of modern games are all terrible. They're not all terrible, guys. You can always play some new games. Like recently, I just played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I beat it and I had a lot of fun playing it. Now, of course, that may not be for everybody, because Final Fantasy is generally a turn-based sort of game, and the remakes don't really use turn-based system. But I like the combat feel in Final Fantasy VII Remake and the Final Fantasy 16. Do I prefer it over the turn-based? I'm pretty neutral about it. That's either way for me, honestly, when it comes down to Final Fantasy games, at least just those games in general. Either way, I don't mind it. I have fun playing turn-based, and I have fun playing third-person open world sort of games as well. And I hope you guys can also learn something from this video about expanding your gaming horizons and just thinking about trying new games. Even if you may not enjoy them, at least try them and play them at first, and then gauge how you feel about those games more than the games that you're used to playing. And if you love those games, you love them. And if you hate them, you hate them. I can't do that for you on that. At least you try playing different games and expanding. Alright, that's a good thing. That's the start, and that's what's really gonna lead you to finding your real thing that you love playing as far as games go. And maybe you might find something to have your new favorite game of all time. With all that being said, though, folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like that video, slide the video, so into the comments section below on Spectro. Also, what is the very first video game console you ever played, or what is the very first video game you ever played? Tell me down in the comment section below on Spectro, and I can't see you guys in the next video. See ya.